All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Shai, Ba'Shem, Ruchak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who were well. And salutation and much love to you, Akim, out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. He's the brother from Great Millstone, Tampa, back with another weekly lesson. We got the brother from GMS Desmoines, brother you call over there. And we're just going to go in the spirit. But I want to start off. The title of the video is Getting Real. You got a lot of shit going on right now, a lot of mandates, a lot of this, a lot of that. You got World War III brewing in the background as well. So we'll start with that, and then bro's gonna go in. Let me just play this video real quick.
Trend has been joined by its key allies in blaming Iran for a deadly tanker attack off Oman. The United States and Britain have thrown support behind investigations into the attack, and this is despite Tehran's denials. Israel accused Iran of a drone attack on the vessel, that is the MT Mercer Street, last week in the Arabian Sea, which killed a British security guard and a Romanian crew member, while also stressing on the need for international action against Iran. The tanker was managed by the prominent Israeli billionaire Eyal Ofer. And according to reports now, several unmanned Iranian drones appear to have carried out the attack, which was the fifth attack against a ship that was connected to Israel since February. The tanker's London-based operator said that a Romanian national also died in the attack. The Mercer Street happens to be an oil products tanker which was traveling from Tanzania to the United Arab Emirates with no cargo aboard when it was struck.
Yep, and that's pretty much the point right there. You know, so you check it out, the rest of the video. But the point is, as the scriptures say, the least shall draw out the flock, or the least of the flock shall draw them out. And you see it's happening. Here it is. Let me put it back on the screen real quick because that's where I paused it. You see that here it is. It was an Israeli tanker supposedly destroyed by Iranian drones with a one British citizen on board that died. The UK has said, look, it says UK sees actions risking regional peace and security. But here it is. America has said, we're going to retaliate for this. And Iran is denying it. But nonetheless, Israel said it was Iran. So they're going to run with it. Go ahead, brother. You got the preset.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 20. It says, therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purpose is that he hath purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. And so there you go right there. It says the least of the flock shall draw them out. All right, the least of the flock is talking about them Israelis, man, them so-called Jews, right? So they're drawing, all right, America out, all right, into war. Really, they're drawing everybody out into this World War III through the spirit, man.
Yep. Yeah, because you got Moab. They just got into the Middle East, which they've been out there. Now they putting it in the forefront. The military's out there. You got Russia. All right, so you got all the major players out there that the scriptures specifically speak about in the Valley of Yehoshaphat in the Middle East. And at the same time, here in America, we seeing the unrollment, so to say, the red carpet being rolled out for the mark of the beast. So we see what time we in. You got to be a fucking retard not to know or to see or to smell the fresh air. All right, we had the door, man. Go ahead.
Hey, just to add, because it's perfect timing, because I think it was a couple weeks back, maybe about a month or so back, where they just pretty much put it out that women will have to sign up to be enrolled in the war as well. So it's letting you know that we're in the time of war. So like you mentioned, all these other prophecies are popping, but it's happened simultaneously with other prophecies that are happening behind closed doors. Like people are going to be shipped off into this World War III, man. All right, women are going to get shipped off to World War III, and so on and so forth. So that's the times that we in.
Hey, it says Jeremiah 50 says there's a sound of battle on the land. Okay, prepare. You know, because the Lord is prepared his armies Okay, because the armies of these nations are all the Lord's armies, man. Okay, He has them under His will, doing His will. Okay, so the Lord putting the spirits in these nations to do these drills, to blame each other and all this chaos that's happening right now amongst the militaries of the world. That's all the doing of the Lord, so that He can judge these nations. Okay, that's right.
Yeah. He's mustering the host. The Lord said in Isaiah 13, he mustering the host, which you go on to read it, specifically talking about the nukes, but he's mustering all the hosts, the armies. All the armies are being set for battle. Everybody in the world, except for you simple as Americans, understand that shit is about to go down. America or the world is about to be at war as it has before. It's not like, oh, the world ain't never been at war. Nigga, there's been 2 world wars that ended in nothing but bloodshed and meat grinders. Okay, hundreds of or millions of people dead. This war will consist of somebody get that real quick. Isaiah 9. Get Isaiah 9 real quick. Hold on. I'll hold it right here real quick, brother. I'll put it on maximize the screen real quick. There you go. U.S. preparing for World War III with global war games. You don't prepare. That's like a scrimmage or a practice before a football game. You don't practice for no reason. You practice because there's a game coming up, right? But that's what they call war games. They're preparing for war. They're preparing for war, and this war is going to be the war to end all wars. And the finale being Yahweh Shai returning and kicking all these niggas' asses, taking all the armies out. Go ahead, though. Who got the Isaiah 9 real quick?
I got you right here.
You got it, bro.
Khan, Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5, it says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire."
There you go. This war is going to be a very simple war. Because what? In the sense of ain't going to be too much hand-to-hand combat. Ain't niggas going to be wrestling each other because they ran out of ammo. There's going to be a lot of bloodshed via drones, as we just seen in the article, where the drone supposedly blew up the ship. There's going to be missiles. Okay, there's going to be nukes. Yeah, there will be some ground troops to killing each other, but it's not going to be conventional like the previous wars, World War I, World War II, and even prior to that. This is going to be with, as the scriptures say, we're not making this up. As the scriptures say, with flame. What say? Read it again. That last part with the fire. Yeah.
Khan, it says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
I mean, if you tell me what kind of technology it takes to make a war be fought with flames, all right, and fuel of fire, nuclear weapons, man, the weapons of mass destruction. They've been here. It is. Esau been boasting about his technology and his weapons of mass destruction, even and at the same time accusing other nations of having them, which they didn't have them. Iraq, okay. But this is going to ultimately be what is going to be the end of World War III. Those nuclear flames of fire, fuel of fire, man. Yeah, see, this was written thousands of years ago, and it's coming. You can't deny it. The scriptures stands. The scriptures stand the test of time, man. Go ahead, brothers.
Now, this is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 23. It says, "When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him." The he that is speaking about is Esau Edom. All right, him trying to fulfill his desire, his new world order, right? It says, "And shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through." And that's talking about the nuclear ICBM missiles. Verse 25, "It is drawn and cometh out of the body." That's those missiles coming out of those silos, right? It says, "Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his galls." So he's just describing what? A nuclear missile. He says it's a glittering sword. All right, if you actually imagine a sword, all right, in the air, it will be glistening, right? The same thing is with the missiles, because once again, these men, they saw visions of these particular things. It says, "Terrors are upon him." And this is the point. Verse 26, "All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him." It says a fire not blown shall consume him. Why? Because those nuclear missiles are made through nuclear reactions. All right, it's either nuclear fusion or fission, whatever it is, right? But it's a nuclear reaction. That's why it's called a fire not blown. It says, a fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle, meaning that anybody that's left on the soils of America, if they are of the elect, they're going to be destroyed. But this is just to show you that what? This is going to be an unconventional war that this war is not seen. I believe it was either Albert Einstein or one of them Edomites. They said that if we have World War III, then World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones, man. All right? Because even back then, it was like, if we have a nuclear destruction, all right, the war, it will be done with. All right? But that's ushering in the Lord's new kingdom, man. All right? Yasharala. You know, but that was it on that.
I got a quick one. Joel 3, verse 1, it says, "For behold, in those days," and we in those days right now, all right? It says, and in that time, and I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, which that's happening now, man. You know, we coming out of this, Yahushua say, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free," man. So bringing that captivity, it started by freeing our minds. All right, so it goes to show you, us waking up, all right, we in the last days, us waking up. So this war that the scriptures speak about, that this fire that the scriptures speak about, so it will be shortly after we wake up, man. All right, verse 2, it says, "I will also gather all nations." And at the top of this scripture, it says God's judgments against the enemies of his people. Okay? It says, "I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat." Yahweh Shaphat, the Most High's judgment. Yahweh's judgment. Okay? "And I will plead with them there for my people, for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." Okay, so the Heavenly Father he said, "I'm jealous for my people." So the Heavenly Father, as it say, my indignation is to gather the nations to pour upon them my righteous anger. So that's the desire of the Lord, is to judge these nations, and he's getting ready to do that now, which is why you see the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in the Middle East, Yahweh Shaphat, where that war is going to take off, man. And that's where he's going to judge the nations to avenge us.
That's right. Even in the book of Isaiah, just to quote it, in the book of Isaiah, the 34th chapter, it says that this is the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And when you read up, it's going into the nuclear destruction. It talks about how the wrath of the Lord is upon all the armies and the nations thereof, man. You know, but just like the brother had read in that precept, the Lord is letting you know that a key reason why the Lord is bringing such a mass judgment is to recompense all these nations for how they treated the Lord's chosen people. It says, "He that touches you touches the apple of his eye." So even in this judgment, the Lord is going to make it known who his people are, man.
Hey, real quick, because you mentioned that this is the year of my redeemed or something like that.
Yeah, year of recompenses.
The year of recompenses.
Year redeemed is coming.
In Revelation, it tells you that that it was set for a year, a month, a day, and an hour. Okay, for it to bring judgment. And it's talking about those missiles. I believe that's Revelation 9, or it's like maybe 11. Let me see. Salakia. It says, it says Revelation chapter 9 and verse, I'll just get to the point, verse 14. It said, "Saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates," over there in the Middle East. "And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men." Okay? Being the wicked. Okay?
And even in that, if you don't mind reading that next verse as well.
Yep. It says, "And the number of the army," I could read a little bit further down too. It says, verse 16, "And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them." And that's talking about those warheads. Okay? You want to speak on that?
Well, yeah, I was going to add, that's written in the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter. All right, it talks about how the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, right? It's going into the army of those missiles, man, in Joel, the 2nd chapter. So all this is tying together, and it shows you that the Lord put these visions in different prophets, all right, in different ages, and we're in that time, all right, where the Lord is going to execute the judgment upon these things, man.
Joel chapter 2, verse 5. start verse 3. A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
That's right. So it's going into those missiles. It talks about a fire. All right. It's behind them, man. Right. Because what? That's the propulsion. Right. You see the fire coming out of the missile and everything like that. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before it. All right. So before it touches down, all right, it's still as if it's luscious, right? A paradise, a pleasure, right? But what does it say after that?
God, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Right. So when the missiles go off, that's it, man. It's desolation. I believe it's in the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter. It talks about how the Lord was sweeping from the like the besom of destruction.
Yeah, 13 or 14 and 23, I think.
That's it. So that's what, man. The Lord is gonna completely wipe this place clean with the nuclear missiles, man.
And nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses.
Right, the same way that is described in Revelation, which we just read. Go ahead.
And as horsemen, so shall they run.
Now going back to that Revelation 9 and 17, it says, "And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and jacinth and brimstone." And when you look at ancient men going to battle, with ride horses, their horses would be decked out with armor as well, man. They would have all that, the armor covering the faces of the horses, the chest of the horses, the sides, to protect from spears and other weapons. Okay,
metal.
So this is what's up?
No, it was metal to protect the horses. You said.
Hey, that's why in that Job we read, it said they shall flee from the iron weapon.
It says, "And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions." So this was literally talking about horses for you scoffers out there. Then why is it talking about it has the heads of lions? Because it's metaphorically talking about that the power, representing the power, like horses come with power. Okay, you can hear horses running. Okay, especially when there's a whole lot of them, you can hear them in the mountains. Okay, or you can hear them coming. If you were in the mountains, man, you could hear the what's it called? The horses galloping. And it talks about that in Isaiah chapter 13 at the top, like a great multitude, a tumultuous noise.
Right.
Okay. It says, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, because what the lion he devours with his head. That's where his mouth is, his teeth. And what is in the heads of these missiles? The warheads. That's where the destructive power of the missiles are at. And it says, "And out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these three was the third part of man killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of the mouths. For their power is in their mouths and in their tails," because of the propulsion system. "For their tails were like unto serpents." Okay, and if you've ever seen a snake, if you've ever been in a sandy place and you've seen a snake go by or something, you can see the trail of that snake that he left behind. Well, it's the same thing with these missiles. You're going to see that trail of smoke coming from behind them. Okay? And now you even have the avant-garde missiles where they have maneuverable capability, so you're going to see them do things like snakes, man.
Maneuver. It kind of, and to prove that, because I remember Dawada used to go onto this, the propulsion system. That is the tail, okay? And then where did they get that from? Going all the way back to the 60s. How they make it to space? With that same technology, okay? The rocket propelled them niggas at the top, and then the rocket detaches from the craft, so to say, comes back to Earth, right? Now you see what? The same shit for the warheads, like we were just saying, the teeth is being propelled by the rocket system, okay? That's why it's called intercontinental ballistic ICBMs, missiles, okay? Intercontinental. What makes them intercontinental is the propulsion system, okay? And then like the brother just mentioned, the Vanguard, which is they capable of hypersonic speeds, and it can maneuver. What do they do in space? This is not new technology. Remember this. They've used that propulsion system to get the space detached from the people that was in the craft. It detached, and then what got them to what gets them to the International Space Station? What the brother just mentioned, how a Vanguard is able to maneuver. How does it maneuver? It has different what's the word? Different exhaust ports, we'll say it like that, to shoot little, you know what I'm saying? Just watch any ISS mission, the Dragon, what's the other name for it? You know, they got a bunch of names for it now for missions to space. It's no longer NASA because too much conspiracy was around it. But what they had that technology for a while that those the Vanguards using to maneuver. What's it making maneuver? It's that same technology that makes them the spacecraft touch down into the space station, the International Space Station. You know, they even show it in movies. You know, like it slows down, you know, it's spraying this way, it's spraying that way. That it's the same technology. Now they're weaponizing it though. Just like your smartphones, just like the 5G, all that. It begins with military technology or military grade stuff, then they release it to the public. Or which that's another lesson for another day, but go ahead, brother. We're going on to NASA and shit, but go ahead. Just wanted to add that onto you to what the brother said.
Just to finish off this precept, it says, "For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt." You know, so where the power lies, and they are going to cause a lot of damage, and Edom is going to be hurt, man.
That's right. Hey, real quick, and just to show you, you know, as say, knowledge shall be increased. You know, because the scriptures, like, you know, some of these things on the hailstones, you know, because really all the missiles are projectiles, man. Just super advanced projectiles projected from one place to another, and that's how they would, you know, project in the ancient world. They're tied to a rope and let it go, and it'll go on to the next. Now Esau has the technology to project those warheads at speeds like 30 minutes from one side of the earth to another. So really, you know, it's the whole concept is projectiles to project from one end to another. But Esau the Most High gave Esau that knowledge to pretty much advance the projectile, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why a lot of the prophets explained it as arrows, because that was the main projectile. Arrows, bow and arrow. That was the main thing, the farthest thing that you could shoot as a projectile during them times, man. A bow and arrow. So of course the prophets will say, "Look, what else they're going to use to describe it?" So you got to put yourself in, you know, thousands of years ago, they were using what they'd seen and what they knew to describe what the visions the Lord was giving them. Here it is, they seeing missiles flying, and they're like, "Oh shit, that looked like an arrow," and that's the only thing he could describe it as. All right, well, that's like a mighty man pulling an archer pulling that string back and launching the arrow, man. So like the brother just said, man, it's a projectile, you know.
You know,
I got
you got Dora?
real quick, just to back to brother Aship real quick. It says Jeremiah 50:9, it says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her." And it says, "From thence she shall be taken." All right, going into that intercontinental ballistic missile. All right, it says, "Their arrow shall be as a mighty expert man, and none shall return in vain." So again, for how you're going to shoot an arrow from one land to the other land, and you know, like the brother's going into, they just further advanced it into a further distance, further striking capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, just to back up what Ash was going into earlier, going into the arrows. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 16, verse 2. It says, "Gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be so sorry, for your destruction is at hand." And we can see the destruction is right at hand, because you can see it in the current news, the things that's going on across overseas in the background. So the Lord is making these things happen because what? This is the destruction that's getting ready to come to Babylon the Great. Verse 3, it says, "A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you,
what is he that may drive them away? And just
Right,
as your brother was going, oh, you got it.
No, go ahead, finish your thought.
Oh, I'm just saying, just as your brother was going into when these arrows are being shot off, once they're shut off, you're not going to be able to stop them. All right, there's no type of defense system that's going to be able to stop these once they're shut off. You got it.
Exactly. Yep. And that's why the Lord had Esau call them weapons of mass destruction, bro. Esau didn't just come up with that out of his ass. The Lord made him call them that. Here it is. This nigga has the capability of making weapons of mass destruction and selling them to other nations. He has the capability of making weapons of mass destruction. Really think about that. This nigga has the capabilities of weapons of mass destruction, but he has not used one. Yeah, we can. So like real quick, the atomic weapons, those were some fucking horrible things. But the weapons they have today will blow that out the water. I'm talking about hundreds. I'm talking about like the kilotons or whatever they measure it. I think it's kilotons or some shit like that, or TNT, whatever it is, kilotons, some shit like that. But it's like times 100, times 1,000. The weapons that they use in World War II are nothing compared to what they got right now, bro. These are weapons of mass destruction. This shit will kill everybody. If this nigga was if it was up to this man, there would, like the scriptures say, there would be no flesh left to save. Go ahead, Dr. You have something?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna quote when you was talking about the weapons of mass destruction. What's his name? Robert Oppenheimer, who said, "I've become death and the destroyer of worlds." He quoted the one of those Indian books, but nevertheless, hey, they knew what they was coming up with, But hey, it's the Lord that worked on the minds of the Smiths and created the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land, But go ahead, brothers.
Kind of finishing up, verse 6. It says, "May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it has begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer." All right, and this is Ezra speaking through the Spirit, letting you know that, just saying in the question, a rhetorical question, showing you, hey, once these things are being shot off, all right, especially as a strong archer, all right, how can you be able to stop it once the archer let the arrow go? And that's how it's going to be. The missiles be shot off over here to this side of the earth.
And that's why in the book of Joel, if we would have kept reading down, it talks about how they shall, when those missiles get shot off, it was describing them as horses, right? But it says that they shall not break their ranks, right? And then it talks about how they will leap over the wall. Now, when back in the ancient world, the cities had walls that would be a defense. Yeah. So you know that the Americans' missile defense system. Now, what the missile defense systems does, it will shoot up a dummy rocket, all right, to throw the trajectory of the actual missile off, or will actually shoot at the missile to make it explode in the air. All right, they have different defense systems, but it says that it's going to leap over the wall, meaning that any defense systems that they have is not going to stop those missiles from hitting ground zero, so to speak, man. Mm-hmm. So anything that they had a couple years back, all right, they were doing their own missile defense system tests, like America testing their own defense system, right? And it was over near Hawaii, and they failed. Right. Yes. So not only did they have weak defense systems, but even now, it was like last year was coming out about Russia's new missiles, how they were elusive and they're quicker, to where there's no defense system that you could shoot or that you could utilize to stop you from coming. Right. So even through the Spirit, like it even talks about, I believe in that Joel, how the Spirit of the Lord is pretty much in those missiles. But it's letting you know that the Lord is giving Esau that technology to create the missiles, and not only create the missiles, create them well enough to where even these defense systems can't even do anything against it. But that's letting you know when they shut off, that's a wrap, man.
Yeah, real quick, if I may say, you brought up the point of the missile defense systems. Esau has been trying to come out ever since Russia made theirs. Their hypersonic missiles here in America, they've been trying to create their own hypersonic missiles, and they've been failing. Just I think it was last week or the week before, they tried to do the test run to launch it, and the thing failed. They couldn't. It's not working, which goes into Isaiah chapter 19. Okay, the spirit of Egypt failing in the midst thereof, man. All the works that these devils are going to even try to do, even if they were able to come up with some type of missile defense system that wasn't worth a damn, it ain't gonna work nonetheless, right? Okay, these Esau or the Lord has put the spirit in these Edomites over there in Russia, man, to come out with some shit that ain't gonna be stopped, man.
Yeah.
It's not.
And ultimately, the scriptures say that the spirit of the Lord is going to be on the missiles. So you can put up a fucking iron dome like Israel got, where missiles just blow up in the air. All this, but look, that ain't gonna do nothing. The defense systems, the iron dome, all that shit is gonna fucking fail horribly when it really matters. You can do all those simulations and tests you want now. When it matters, when the fucking hundreds of thousands and millions of warheads are coming towards you, it's not gonna work. Especially here in Babylon, we talking about from coast to coast being burned up. Not one missile, as the scriptures say, is gonna break its ranks. They're not gonna hit each other. They're gonna hit their targets because the spirit of the Lord is gonna be on them. That's the weapon. Let's say the weapons of his armory. How's it go? How's it go? Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, he's going into his armory and brought out the weapons of his indignation.
There you go. Yeah. So these are the weapons of the Lord. The Lord had Esau make them. He just a puppet. He pulling the strings on this devil. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way this devil is bro. If you meet a regular Edomite, this nigga is not smart enough to make a missile of mass destruction, bro. That is direct influence from the Most High. Ain't no fucking way the basis of man is able to make a weapon of mass destruction on his own. Off rip. That goes to let you know that the Most High made him do it. Because this nigga can't even work at the job with you. But he made weapons of mass destruction on his. Come on, man. But then, come on, man. You can't. But then the majority of our people believe this nigga and everything he puts out, everything he says. Because see, you got to understand, everything this man is putting out is for a reason. First and foremost, because the Lord is doing it, of course. But this nigga is leading everybody into a ditch with this whole plan, whatever you want to call it. Okay, but we might get kicked off of the live stream for saying something more, But this is all leading to World War III. This is all leading to your demise. This is all leading towards a Jacob's trouble. This is leading towards the lack of bread. Everything that this devil is doing is an agenda. It's not for you. It's not for the average Edomite. It's not for average people, period. This is to get rid of you. That's why they had to take down the Georgia Guidestones. But the pictures are already up. So this man is about to make some heavy moves. As the scripture says, Revelation 12:12. He's already doing it. This nigga come down with great wrath talking about you can't do this, you can't do that. Whole states are saying this, and then Esau, the devil that he is, he's gonna put it on the businesses which are ran by Edomites. They're still on the same team. This is the same devil we talking about. The devil is gonna tell other devils what they should do. So now the feds made federal jobs mandatory for you. You know what? Who tagged along? The corporations, the businesses. But who owns the businesses? Come on, man. This ain't rocket science. We know what's going on, man. Because now it's not going to be the government. Governor DeSantis said this. It don't matter what the fuck he said. The businesses is going to do what they're going to do. Google, Apple, Tesla, all these companies, man. These Fortune 500 companies is making these things mandatory. What do you think your local the hibachi spot gonna say? Prove it before you come in. But where does it stem from? It stems from the top. The beast system is speaking loud and clear, and it's making everybody that will not worship you fuck. You had matter of fact, they were saying earlier on the mainstream media, we need to make it harder for these people. We need to put roadblocks in their way. They're not incentivized to go get this thing because they have nothing to, bro. It's we've been saying this for years, man. And now it's the corporations setting it up, the businesses, your job. There's brothers losing jobs already. While people are laughing and acting stupid as hell, motherfuckers are having to quit because they don't want to do this or they don't want to do that. So we're reaching the draconian measures where it's going to get even realer. It ain't gonna be, oh well, I got a religious exemption. Yeah, that might work for now. You know what Esau gonna do with that? Very soon, that paper you bring to him, I got a religious exemption. He gonna take that, he gonna wipe his ass with it and throw it at your feet. He don't give a damn about your religion. He don't give a damn about his religion. This shit, all that, bro, Esau's about to come down, and that's why you have to be prepared. You got to be willing to lose everything overnight. If you're not willing to lose everything overnight, then I don't know why you've been in this truth, because you should have been prepared for this by now, even if you came in a year ago, 6 months ago. We've been hitting this on the head like a hammer on a nail. We've been telling you this was coming down the pipeline. Now it's here. What you gonna do? And it's only gonna get worse. Esau not finna let up. He got people on the ropes right now. Esau not finna let up. He got you on the ropes. He gonna beat that body up, man. Go ahead, dude. Bring it.
Got a quick one. Oh wait.
I got
So Quan, yeah,
real quick. This is just real quick. Joel 3 verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And going into this word here, proclaiming the etymology, because this is why we're doing these lessons, right? Pretty much bringing it back full circle, all right, of this Third World War. It says proclaim. It says make known by public announcement, man. So that's what we're doing. We're giving a public announcement when we out there on the corners. It says to cry out, especially by herald or crier. So we are those heralds, man. All right, we are those men that's out there telling you people, all right, that this is what's getting ready to come down the pipe, man. The Lord said, I will put my words in your mouth, man. All right, and that's what's happening, man. With the words of Yahweh Shah are in our mouth to cry out, okay, and to warn you, Jakes, okay, to get right, because the time that's coming, if you don't got the spirit of Yahweh Shah on you, you're not gonna make it, man. All right, Joel 3 and verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen and gather yourselves together round about.
Right, and even just to add real quick, because that's what all these nations are doing. They're putting all their finances into war games and war efforts, right? You've even got nations that are considered going through a famine right now, and even instead of putting that money towards feeding the people, they're putting that money towards war. So it's like, you know what times it is.
Like Kim Jong-un, they say, oh, he's starving his people, but all you hear about is him making missiles, man.
That's right.
You know, he don't care, man. He's like, man, we got bigger issues, man.
Right.
You know, back to brother.
Yeah, no, that's it. Because in Proverbs 21:1 it says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. He turneth it whithersoever he will. See, these nations are going to war and doing all these things because it's Yahweh Shem Yahushua that's forcing them to do it, man. Hey, that's when you read in the book of 2nd Ezra, it talks about how the people were afraid and yet durst fight. So that goes back to what the brother had quoted earlier, that the Lord, he's mustering the host of the battle, man. This is his war.
Yeah, it's like the chess pieces trying to talk shit to the chess player.
Right.
It don't matter what the chess pieces got to think. You gonna move here, motherfucker, and you gonna move there. Shit.
That's right.
And that's what the Lord is setting up, man. A lot of motherfuckers are pawns. A lot of people on this earth are just pawns, bro. They're gonna get taken out. First wave. What, bro? This is gonna be the worst war of all time, bro. Motherfuckers is gonna be dying on the first day by the millions. It's gonna be a horrible, horrible death. And because remember, World War III gonna break out before the Lord return. The motherfuckers gonna die in World War III. Valley Howard Spot, the brother's reading it right now.
Yeah. Hey, what proves that is Second Ezra I think it's the 15th or the 16th chapter. All right, it talks about how the Carmanians are gonna.
I got it right here.
Dang, that's the spirit.
14, I think. Or
Yeah.
not 15.
Wow.
It's 15
Not-
years. Go ahead, brother.
Good.
Yeah, let me I'm gonna start up two verses. This is Second Ezra 15 and verse 28. It says, "Behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come up with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, and they which hear them may fear and tremble." It says, "Also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boar of the woods, and with great power they shall come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of Assyria."
Hey, so like the brothers reading, see these are the steps going into the final destruction within World War III. So this is giving you a quick glimpse on who's gonna be fighting who. All right, the Carmanians is the Iranians, man. All right, so they're gonna be. It says they shall waste the land, a part of the land of the Assyrians, man. Right now, that's talking about here in America. So it's gonna be all types of shit that's gonna be going down. So like the brother explained, the precepts let you know it's gonna be a lot of death and destruction before the actual nuclear ICBM missiles get shot off, man. Okay? It talks about the swords as you read later on in that chapter. It talks about the missiles being shot in the air from here and from there and this and that and the third. All right? How it's bringing fear upon all the nations, man. And we see the buildup of that happening behind scenes. Now, while all this is going on, when you're reading the book of Second Ezra, you got the plagues that are smiting Babylon, man. You're going to have martial law troops popping off. All right? You're going to have the famine, okay? All these things are going to be happening simultaneously, man. That's why this destruction is going to be greater than any other. When you think about what the Lord did in the flood, the Lord wiped out everybody just like that. All right, people didn't have to watch their children starve to death. All right, it didn't talk about women being ravished in the streets. Okay, and all these different plagues, right? Well, that's how it's going to be here in this land. That's why it says that these people are going to dwell in torments because the Lord is going to be bringing plague upon plague upon plague, man. People think they're going to escape the martial law troops, all right? They're running from the martial law troops starving, all right? Hungry as hell, man. No energy. You know, it's going to be all types of shit popping off, man. People betraying one another, man. So this is the atmosphere that's being created right now. And the Lord is just, hey, as this wickedness increases, as we're seeing, the Lord is just intensifying the judgment upon these people, man.
And that's why Esau wants to get rid of desirables or undesirables, because that's what it's going to be. Is either you with the program or you're not with the program. See, because there's, like the scriptures said, like brother just referenced the days of Noah. Well, what happened in the days of Noah? Niggas was buying and selling, or they was being married, doing whatever. Motherfuckers gonna be buying and selling right up to the nukes drop. You know, they're gonna be, because that's why Esau's making a very clear distinction right now. It's starting right now. Who's gonna be in and who's gonna be out. There's gonna be people that's 100% with it, and they're gonna continue to live their life, if not even better than they're living right now, in their little safe cities or whatever Esau got planned. And trust me, he got it planned. He's already got it set up. If you haven't noticed around the cities, things being built and things being broken down. He's doing this for a reason. He's doing it for a reason. He's about to divide you. That gap between the rich and poor got bigger, right? Well, you finna see why. Now you're going to have to play ball with Esau if you want to continue in the society, living your life, or you can just kick rocks and be undesirable, meaning Esau don't need no use for you. That's like a hamster that don't want to spin the wheel. You take that nigga and you chuck him out the damn little hamster pit, you know. He's useless. He don't spin the wheel. What the fuck is it here for? That's how Esau's gonna look at you, you know. And he's making it known right now who wants to abide, who wants to listen to the master, and who don't. You want to take that all or you don't. Go ahead, brother had a precept, I believe.
Yeah. If I could just real quick, well, you can hold it. Go ahead.
No, you just go get your time.
Just work, because really what it is, as the brother's going into, Esau is looking for worshipers, man. Who worship the image and the beast. Look, if you ain't worshiping me, you out there. You gonna die, man. So real quick, because this gonna go hand in hand with the destruction, and then the whole situation that's going right now with Vanessa, man. Okay. Revelation 14. We're gonna get right to the point. 14 and 8, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship, like your brother said, man, you ain't spinning the wheel, he used that analogy, you got to get out of there. So if any man worship, because Esau is looking for worshipers, he's, like the brother said, he's making clear distinctions. Who gonna worship me and who ain't? Who down with it and who not? All right? If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, that's why the Lord got these prophecies, all right, running right over each other. The World War III being set up, we went into the nukes, all right? And then he got this whole situation with Vanessa, which is gonna lead up to the MOB. So they all finna run these two main prophecies we waiting on, which the MOB and the Third World War, they finna run right into each other, and it's the reason why the Lord got it set up that way. All right, it says, and receive his mark in his right hand or his forehead. This is the conclusion of the whole matter. This is why you got Vicky going on. This is why you got America now trying to go in Iran. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So that's why you got Vicky so conveniently going on with this Third World War, man. All this, they finna run right into each other, because those who set up with Vicky, then the MOB, well, bam, here's the missiles, here's the fire, and that's it for you,
And we see how the sedition of men is finna happen. It's been happening on a very low scale. People protesting, rioting, this and that. It's finna get to the point where these people that are protesting are gonna say, fuck these people. And they keep hitting on the mainstream media about insurrection on January 6th. That ain't nothing. Nothing happened. It was just a bunch of fucking Edomites that stormed the Capitol. That's all that happened. It's gonna get a lot worse. The White House was burned down before. Hey, things. What's the script say?
Things.
Go ahead. You got it.
About no new thing under the sun.
There you go. That's what I was thinking about. Kind. So, hey, the White House got burned down before. They rebuilt it. It's going to get burned down again. Where there's people throw Molotov cocktails through that motherfucker or the missiles. Either way, it's going to get burned down. And this sedition is going to get turned up. They targeted Florida specifically and Texas, but Florida is on the map, bro. Sleepy Joe is talking about, this, that, and third. The cases is outrageous at an all-time high, never seen before. Even last year. Come on, bro. Why is that? Because of the people that live here, the people that's bugged up against what's the agenda. Texas, same thing. Notice, I was watching the mainstream media earlier, CNN. The main states, they mentioned 4 states that was the highest in the country: Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and it was one more, but they were all in the South. If you don't see what's coming, you're a fucking idiot. Civil War, what was it? The North and the South. What are they doing? They're dividing the North and the South once again. The West Coast, there are a bunch of pansies out there. So as far as the people in power, or so to say. So the stage is being set for civil unrest, sedition. You know, the people's the love of many waxing cold because of what? Iniquity shall abound. They shall not. Yeah, but yeah, so iniquity is abounding. It's gonna get to the point where they're decriminalizing laws as we speak. You in San Francisco, you can go into any store, grab what you want, and run the fuck out of there, and nobody can arrest you. When the hell have you ever heard of anything like that? You can go into a store, grab what you want, and run out the door. This is what we're getting to, bro. Decriminalizing prostitution, decriminalizing shoplifting. What's next? What's the next thing they're gonna decriminalize? Murder?
Well, hey, wait. They did. They said now you can run over the protesters. So a recipe for disaster.
There you go.
Legalizing all crime. Hey, bro, that's the purge. We legalizing all crime for 24
That's
hours.
it. Yeah, we talked. Me and the brother you call was talking about it last night. Decriminalizing. That's exactly what they did in the purge. All laws are decriminalized. Or come on, man. They've setting it up for the forever purge, man. I still haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm gonna get to it, Lord as well. But this is what Esau's doing, man, because he order out of chaos, order of chaos. You know, this nigga ain't stupid. I give him that. He is a very wise person when it comes to deceiving in tactics of war, aka his sword. That's why he was Alexander the Great was one of the greatest conquerors, because the Lord was dealing with him. That was his blessing. Use his sword to conquer these motherfuckers. And he did it. Rome, he did it. The reincarnated Rome, they did it. And now they're taking it to the extreme where they want to kill each other. You know what I'm saying? That's Esau's downfall, though. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking proud bastard where he don't even trust his own people. Because now the curse is on his ugly ass. Now, and it's over for him. But go ahead, brothers.
This is Proverbs chapter 19. Just a quick one. Proverbs 19, verse 21. It says, "There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh, Bashmi El Shai, that shall stand." You know, you go into the word device pretty much can mean a thought, a purpose, idea, or an invention. It says many devices are in a man's heart and in their mind. It says, "Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord shall stand." That's why Proverbs 21st chapter says, "There's no wisdom, no understanding, no counsel against the Lord." You know,
You got it? I want to go with what you're saying though. This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. It says, "He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness," the devices and thoughts of bringing about this judgment of World War III to bring about his image. Okay, it says he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So he's going to be destroyed by his own devices, man, by his own craftiness. Okay, I quoted earlier Isaiah 19. His plans, his thoughts are failing him, man. Okay, nothing that Esau even is doing is going to work for him. Okay, the power is going to be in the hands of the people to do what they want. They're not going to regard their kings or princes, man, because the people ain't going to give a damn. They're going to do what they want to do, because all other things have failed. You see people now, all those people that got the venom. Okay, all these people now are upset because now they're the so-called shipment containers of the venom, man. Now they're all supposedly got what's it called, shipping containers on them, man. Now they all got they're the ones that are spreading it out there, man. Okay. Were you done with your thoughts?
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Because we brought out earlier, the least of flock shall draw them out, because the force is ultimately the Lord. Draw something out means to move by pulling. It's a force. That's ultimately the will of the Lord that's happening, and it can't be stopped.
oops, a lot real quick, because bro said that force is Jacob tugging down on that heel, man. That's that that's that force, man. Through the spirit and power of the Heavenly Father, bringing these devils down, man.
And it's coming. It's coming with a lot of tension, man. Right, a lot of destruction, a lot of chaos. All right, because you know the only way we can get into the kingdom, all right, is by going through this straight gate, man. So what's happening is as that hill is getting pulled down, you jakes have to accept reality, man. And the reality of the situation is that you're losing, man. All right, you join hand in hand with the wicked.
We came into this world. Jacob and Esau came into this world fighting, and that's how it's gonna go. That's how it's gonna end.
Yeah, and I got you. 2 Ezra 6 and verse 24. And at that time shall friends fight, one against another like enemies, man. And what did Yahushua say? One of the greatest prophecies that's going to take place in these last days is what? He's coming to set a variance.
Finish it.
The Lord Yahushua is setting variance, all right, against a mother or her daughter, a man against his father, a son against his father, and this is ultimately going to lead down into you being against your neighbor, man. And that's what you jakes don't realize, man. You know,
Revelation 18, right to the point, verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with great violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
So it's going to be straight chaos, man. And that's why this man wants to establish his new world order out of that chaos, man. All right, he's already setting up the stage to where he's now you got this governor DeSantis, right? You got DeSantis. He pretty much, you know, like me and the brother Ashley was talking about it, you know, the other day. You know, if he even if he's set up, okay, or he's sincere, either way, all right, he's for an agenda of y'all busting y'all shot, man. Because now what's going on is he bowing down to this whole mandating a mask in the schools, man. You know, and what is that causing? Division. Right. You know, you got people that's with the mask, you got people that's not for it. I was going through the comment board just on various videos, and people like, who the hell do this man think he is? The president? You know, you got people actually bugging out, man. You know, then you got people like, to hell with that mask, man. So it's causing division. It's causing dividing, man. And what is this ultimately going to lead to? One people is going to stand up against another people, man. Whether it's your father or your mother. All right?
Because all that guy is doing is being a devil's advocate. You know, because being a devil's advocate means someone who expresses contentious opinions. You know, talking about this Vicky isn't a contentious, causes a lot of contention. You know, so again, you know, this devil's being a devil's advocate because he's trying to stir things up. That's the spirit he comes in. And then he, you know, pretty much being bit, you know, you're going to be bit by the serpent, and who shall pity? Because ultimately you're being set up, you know, to,
right.
Again, you know, destroy this.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't get to become governor of Florida by just walking in there, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, they all got the same agenda. It's put it like this: it's two sides of a quarter, right? Heads, tails. It's still the same fucking quarter, though. Whether he might have some beliefs, but he's still playing out the agenda. Because I guarantee you, I mean, you know, I don't live with the nigga. I'm not in his life. So, but one thing we do know is how Esau plays ball. We know that for sure. And look how he treats our people. You play ball or you get dismissed. Look at Cosby. You don't think he do that to his own people? You delusional, because this nigga don't give a damn about his own people. Shit. And who knows? DeSantis might be a Jake. He might be an Edomite. Nonetheless, this nigga, like Rob was saying, he's being the opposition, so to say, of not the main. I don't want to say the mainstream, because really the mainstream is what you watch. But this nigga's just opposition, you know, because
Controlled opposition.
watch this. Some people watch CNN. Some people watch Fox News. So the people that watch Fox News is gonna be like, "Oh yeah, DeSantis in the right." People that watch CNN be like, "Oh, this guy's a fucking demon. He wants everybody to get sick." But people on Fox News like, yeah, he's right, man. So it's all a matter of perspective. But at the end of the day, we know where it's coming from, and it's coming from the beast. This nigga still works for the beast. He wouldn't be a governor if he didn't.
Right. I got to back you up real quick. It says Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
There you go. Who's president right now? It's a Democrat. What is DeSantis? A Republican. 2 horns. Trump, Biden, Democrats, Republicans, all the way on down to the senators or the governors. Go ahead.
That was just the point, just to show you that it's 2 horns, but of the same beast. You know.
Yeah, they'll speak smooth just to get the votes. That's what they even tell you that on TV. Oh, they'll do this, because every president makes promises that they never keep. You know what I'm saying? So they make it smooth talk, make you feel good. Because here in Florida, it's a majority red state, so to say. Okay, so why would he? What's the word? Why would he accommodate the blue people, so to say, when he's a redder? He's a red guy. No, he's gonna talk to the audience, so to say. And again, he's not the only governor doing it, but Florida's specifically being pointed out. Texas is doing it. I believe Mississippi did it. Same thing about the no mandates and all that. But why? Why is Florida being specifically pointed out? Stay tuned, you'll find out. Go ahead.
Last precept, 2 Ezra 6:24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, going back to how the brother was going into how this is pretty much the purge. That's what's getting ready to happen. It's going to be every man for themselves real soon, man. Okay, and that's why they're the elites is pretty much harvesting the food, man. All right. Okay, and that's why you have Jake going to these food banks, man. All right, and that's why a lot of food shortages are happening worldwide, man. Okay, and all these where you see these out there in Brazil, okay, and certain things are happening to where people have to they don't have any food. I'm losing my train of thought, lucky, but the reason why is because ultimately it's going to come here to America, man. Real soon there's going to be a famine out here, and that's why they show you this in these movies, man. Okay, Jake running through the store, pushing a cart through the window, man. Through the door. All right, and what? And the only aisles that's full is the medical or the aisles where vitamins and shit like no. When Pampers, tampons, all that shit ransacked, man. So it's gonna get real bad, man. You people gonna be killing each other over tampons, man. Over tissue real soon, man.
People be going.
Shit, you saw when COVID first.
So once at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, man. And the earth shall stand still in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So pretty much being a time period. Okay, but that's the point, man. A lot of you people getting ready to bug out and lose your mind, man. Okay, and Tisha getting ready to find out that Vanessa was never really done with it, man. Okay, because y'all people gonna get real desperate, man, real soon. Because what wisdom? All right, the scriptures speak about how wisdom is gonna say what is it? Wit. So how does that spirit? 2 Ezra 5.
Yep. Spirit. Where is it? Right here, Connor. This is 2 Ezra chapter 5 and verse.
Hey, slot. Hey, and real quick, before the brother read that, I was just meditating. That's what's gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. That wisdom is getting ready to leave, man. All right, and the Lord getting ready to hide himself from you people.
Right. 2 Ezra 5 and 9. And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into a secret chamber. And that wit and understanding is talking about this truth. And shall be sought of many, and yet not be found.
Yes, sir.
then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth.
So it's gonna get all out wicked.
And that's why Amos the 8th chapter speaks about the famine of the word. That's why the scriptures say they're gonna be going from sea to sea, from land to land to seek to search for the wisdom, bro. Like, what the fuck is really going on? Why is this shit happening? What's going on? But the Lord said, what? It's gonna be hidden from you people, man. You know?
Exactly that. And that's why the scriptures say that it's after. When you don't see us out there no more, you best believe you're gonna be in the world of hurt. You don't see it, you oh man. You don't see us out there no more, you should be very scared. Where they at? Where they at, man? Go ahead.
It's the reason why last lockdown that we made headlines in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
When the police came to us,
Yeah.
told us like, yo, y'all can't be out here. Look, that was a sign of things to come. You know, that was a sign of things to come, man. Because when they do that shit again, you already know what. Y'all can't be out there. Then what? We ain't coming back out of that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a point where the cops don't have to come tell us that. We just not gonna be out there.
Yeah,
We're not retards like other camps. Because I guarantee you, there will be camps out there. The brother just read it. The brother just read it. There will be camps out there. You will not find us out there. When the time comes and when the Spirit tells our apostles to stop, you're going to have a lot of people out there looking stupid. And they might get shot by the cops. They might get, who knows? But one thing for sure is the men of the Lord will not be out there because that is the word. That is the famine of the word. Now, you might find some salt water, but that is not the water that you need. So that time is quickly approaching. Go ahead, Doc.
Man, I got a little bit more on this second Ezra. It's going into what you're saying. It's second Ezra 5:11. It says, one land also shall ask another and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say no. At the same time, because the men of the Lord ain't gonna be out there. Yeah. At the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper.
Right. And so what feeds the land? What makes the land prosper? Because it's usually, see, you got to understand the analogy Ezra just used. What feeds the land? What makes things grow? Water. Even in the desert, what makes cactus grow? Water. If you don't have no water, you are finished. You can have salt water in the desert. That's not going to grow a cactus. You have to have water now. Don't try to. It's analogy, different analogies. That's why things are hidden to people. Water, oil. People are going to come looking for the oil. The Matthew 25. People are going to come looking for oil. People are going to come looking for water. Whatever analogy you want to use, people are going to come looking for answers, like the brother Kwame was just saying. People will come for answers. Right now, they still have the luxury of just partying and bullshit because there's no repercussions. There's nobody at their throat looking for the same bread they looking for trying to eat the same meal you eating. When somebody trying to eat the same meal you trying to eat, then you're gonna look for answers. And then go ahead, you got more on that, Doc?
No, that was it, brother.
Okay. Anybody got anything else? We'll close on that.
I got a quick close. Yep, I got a quick closer. But hey, just to to back up what you two brothers was going into, talking about that water, hey, what happens when you drink salt water? You pretty much damn near get delusional, right? Hey, so going into like the brother saying about the analogy that's being made out there, man. You're gonna have people out here looking for truth. Oh, just go down to the little Vicky Center or whatever. Hey, you're gonna be screwed up out there, delusional, man, drinking the wrong kind of water. But real quick, I got two quick precepts to end off with, because the brother was saying once you don't see us out there no more, that's it. All right, I'm gonna just get straight to the point with this here first precept in Revelation chapter 7. All right, because when you start at the top, it's talking about holding back the destruction. All right, this is Revelation chapter 7 and verse 3. It says, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. All right, so the destruction is not going to come until basically this. Well, let me read the next precept because it's going to break it down. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 14. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." So, pairing those two precepts together, man, once the elect is completely sealed with this thing, man, all right, there's going to be no point for us to be out on the highways and the byways teaching at that point in time, because they would have already have gotten their portion of what they were supposed to be, they're serving. All right, once the last plate of the people with the tickets got all right, we got X amount of plates or X amount of tickets for X amount of plates. I still see people online, but all the tickets are all gone, man. So y'all can go ahead and go home at this point in time, man. So like the brothers was going into, you don't see us out there no more. According to the scriptures say hold back the destruction until we seal them in the foreheads. Then the scripture also said the end wasn't going to come until this gospel was preached. So putting hand in hand, man. Hey, once we gone, it's them angels. Hey, it's go mode for them. All right.
That was like the Justin Timberlake song. It's too late to apologize. Hey, the clock is running out, man. Hey, you 2/3 or not even 2/3. You Israelites, y'all on the shot clock, man. Time is ticking. You better figure out what you want to do, because the time is finna run out. You on the shot clock. You on the shot clock. It's the fourth quarter. Come on, man. Get with it or die. I mean, ain't no other way to say it. Ain't no way to sugarcoat it. If you don't get with Yahweh Shem Yahushai's program, which he's given unto the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, fuck you. I mean, go live your bullshit life until a missile hits you in the face, man. That's how I feel about it. I don't give a damn what you think, because that's what's going to happen. That's what the scriptures say. And that's what it is. And the words of Stone Cold Steve Austin. But hey, again, it's getting real, man. They making mandates, bro. Oh man, see when the camera turn off, we gonna have a good laugh. we've been telling you about this. So at this point, we really don't have to continue to beat the dead horse, because it's happening. But we still will keep continuing to beat the dead horse. That's the thing about the prophets of the Lord. We're going to continue to do it until the Lord tells us to stop. And when the Lord tells us to stop, you are finished. As the brother read, when you don't see us no more, man, that's going to be the scariest time of your life. You thought 2020 was bad? Wait till the prophets of the Lord are seen no more. All right. So with that, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Qadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutation and much love to you Akim out there pushing out his word, truth, and sincerity, and salutation as well to you, the men, women, and children learning sincerity, the friends of the prophets, and so on and so forth. Get right or die. Shalom.